This is Saturday Morning Mysteries.
And we're your hosts, Alexis and Grace.
Hello, good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Saturday Morning Mysteries, where we're your hosts. I'm Grace.
And I'm Alexis.
And we're back with our second Gravity Falls episode. Alexis will be telling us her episode. As a reminder, I don't know what it is. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm excited. The show's very fun so far. I don't really have much more of an intro than that. Let's escape the horrors of the world, Alexis, and join in Gravity Falls, baby.
Yeah, somehow the world of Gravity Falls is much more appealing than the modern world we live in.
I would much rather
year
be
of our
chased by
Lord
the
2026.
gnome behemoth in my last episode.
Oh, same. Oh, God.
Any day.
Are you kidding me? I would vote for that gnome for president. For
I'd
real.
become their queen.
The gnome behemoth. Yeah, right? Like, oh,
Okay.
you mean I can live among you all instead of among everything else around
magical
me
mushroom
in this real world? Yeah.
Moss tunnel?
I would love to live in a magical mushroom right now.
Take
Let
this
me
ring
tell you.
off, put new one on.
No, Justin can come.
No,
they probably
they
need
can come.
They need like a squire or something or someone or
A jester.
You know?
They can ride the dogs.
Yeah,
Those are their steeds. Great.
exactly. I'm sure we could work something out here.
Yeah. I'd be the queen.
Yes.
I get to do whatever I want.
Exactly. So, yes, we love this show. It's a great way of escaping from the real world right now, and cannot wait to tell you about this episode. And I gotta say first that you did a great job of setting everything up in our first episode last week. I was worried. I always know that you're going to do a great job doing that, but there's always stuff that I leave little notes in my script about, like, if Grace doesn't bring this up in episode 1, make sure
please explain.
You hit on this or you explain. You took care of all of that for me, though. So all those notes and comments have been deleted, and we're going to pick up where we left off basically last week, because as I learned while researching the episode I'm doing today, it was released on the same day as your episode, actually, because it is episode 2 of season 1 of Gravity Falls, and they released them as a 1-2 punch, I believe, both on June 29th, 2020 or 2012. Cool. I don't know what year it is anymore. But anyway, so this episode, it's called The Legend of the Gobblewonker. Gobblewonker.
Okay.
And the reason I mentioned that it was, part of like a 1-2 punch release at the same time is because it does basically pick up assumingly the next day or within a couple of days of the episode you just covered.
Okay.
Where we see the kids enjoying, the twins, Maple and Dipper, enjoying a nice pancake breakfast at their home, at their uncle's home near the Mystery Shack, when they come across an ad in a newspaper for a monster photo contest, wherein the person who submits the best picture that they took of a monster will win $1,000.
Okay.
And at this, Dipper looks at Mabel and says, "Hey, did we catch any pictures of those gnomes or anything?"
Oh, it really picks up.
Straight up say it. Yeah. And because I'm watching this wait, gnomes? What? I don't even want to know.
Right.
What gnomes did they run into?
On.
And I didn't actually think that would come up in your first episode. I just thought it was going to be like a throwaway line, but lo and behold, it came up.
Wow. Okay. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so they're reminded that we didn't get any pictures, so I guess we can't. We'll have to think about this, because they know that they're probably in good place to enter the contest and win it if they enter it, because they've now seen, they've read, and they've heard about all sorts of crazy shit since arriving in Gravity Falls, as you said last week, with the gnomes, possible zombies, the whole book of monsters that they found. But before they can decide on how to go about entering this contest, Grunkle Stan then arrives in the kitchen, seemingly just waking up. He's got on his boxers and the tank top, and his 5 o'clock shadow,
his what?
Gold chain,
his gold chain,
his gold chain, and of course the infamous fez never comes off. And he instantly walks towards the refrigerator, opens it up, grabs a carton of milk out, and just takes a swig straight from the carton, and tells the kids that they're going to take the day off from working at the Mystery Shack today, and instead they're going to spend some good old quality family fun time together.
Okay.
At first, right, it sounds cute. At first, the kids are a little bit skeptical of Stan, because we've seen his behavior these past couple weeks. It's con. Scamming Stan. Something's not right here.
Yeah, what are you actually making us do that we
What do
don't
you
know
mean by
about?
this? What do
What
you mean
unpaid
quality family
labor
fun time?
are we going to be doing
Exactly.
here?
Exactly. You mean you're okay with not making money on a Saturday? I think it's Saturday, coincidentally.
Yeah,
And so
seems
they're a
like a
little
lie.
hesitant. Yes.
Yeah.
So they're a bit hesitant to like just say, okay, yeah, sure, let's go. And this is also because not only because what we saw last week, but
Mhm.
because they recount with Stan what happened the last time they shared some quality family
Oh,
time
uh-huh.
together, which ended in them all spending the night in county jail on a charge of counterfeiting money.
Uh, all that
You see it
just,
all happen in the montage. Watch the episode. It's hilarious.
I love that.
But we'll suffice it as that. And of course,
Hard
it's Mabel
time.
who's like shivering in the thought of the memory of like, oh, the county jail was so
Not
cold.
again.
Yeah, I never want to go back.
There are no cute boys there.
Yeah, only old, gross correctional officers. Stan, though, he promises that today will be different and that they are really going to have quality, legally sound, and safe family fun. All the twins need to do is put on some blindfolds and hop into his car, and then they can get the day started.
Sorry, what now?
It's literally what they say. They're like,
Family
yay, wait, what? And then we cut to the intro music.
fun.
It's perfect
Perfect.
start, perfect quote opening. So, yes, we then see all of them in Stan's car. The kids are blindfolded in the back seat, and Stan is very erratically driving down this wooded, foresty road,
Uh-huh.
trying to get them to their destination, but without spoiling the surprise. He's keeping this a secret.
Right, because they can't see. They're
Because
fully
they can't
blindfolded.
see.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and he's
He didn't
not
have to say
telling them where they're
anything.
going.
Yeah.
So, total surprise. Exactly. Eventually, they do arrive at their destination, and Stan tells them they can take their blindfolds off, and they see that they are at Lake Gravity Falls. And the
Okay.
plan here is that they're going to just enjoy a nice day of fishing. Stan's got a boat, it's
Okay.
the peak of fishing season. And it just so happens that everybody in town is there because this is like the hot thing to do this
Mm.
time of year in Gravity Falls.
Okay, weird
And
they
so
had
we see
blindfold them for it all, but okay.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, just tell them, like, we're going fishing. Like,
Yeah.
although, I could see why they maybe wouldn't want to go if they knew that's where they
Oh,
were
yeah, they would have
going.
just said no.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But we do see a bunch of other families there on the lake in their own little boats, all just making
Hmm.
memories, having a great time. Everyone's happy. It's very peaceful. It's a
Sounds like
nice,
the
beautiful day on the lake.
opposite of the day that this family's about to have, maybe.
You know it.
Okay.
In one episode of this show, we have learned that you are
Peaceful
correct.
never.
Yes. So the kids ask Stan why he wants to fish with them. And sadly, he kind of admits that he doesn't really have any other friends or family willing to tolerate a long day on the water with him. And this is where he mentions, like, oh, the brothers in the lodge or whatever, none of them can trust me or something like that.
No,
It's like,
trust me.
whoa. Which, hey, first episode, don't trust anyone. That just clicked to me,
Oh
actually.
shit.
It's a
Oh,
common theme.
y'all,
Just
if
saying.
there's any show that actually needs red yarn,
It's this
it's
one.
gonna be this one. I think that's gonna be this one. Okay, clocking it.
You're
Got it.
right, actually, man. Oh, Grace, I can't wait to whip the red yarn back out. I just realized it's been so long.
I know, but
Wow, okay,
I'm
I
gonna
gotta
buy a new
unstring it.
spool for this
Yeah, we need
arc.
a whole, this
Okay.
needs its own like board and
Yeah, its
everything
own
too. I gotta
wall.
move my magic school
I'm
bus
yes, I'm
board
gonna
out of the
wipe
way.
this wall.
Yeah.
Red
Like
tape
literally
only.
every week we're gonna see the wall behind Grace just have like more and more like
More and
newspaper
more.
clippings, pictures, like photograph like pictures, Polaroids just
Yeah.
hanging, red yarn everywhere.
Everywhere.
So the kids realize, though, at this point that Stan actually just wants to spend time with them. Like, he is a lonely,
Oh.
old, kind of grumpy uncle
Mm.
guy, Grunkle Stan. And he knows that it's a special time to spend time with these kids because they're not always in Gravity Falls. He's trying to make them let their summer be fun, right? He's trying to let them get more
Mhm.
acclimated with the area and to show them, like, hey, no, we're family. Like, I'm here for you. Let's get to know each other while you're here for the summer.
Mhm.
So he then whips out some really cute homemade, I mean, a little janky, but they're cute because it's from the heart, homemade hand-stitched fishing hats for each kid with like their
Oh,
names
oh my God.
embroidered in each one. It's
That's all he was
adorable.
doing behind the vending machine. It was his craft room.
Exactly. It's just very well lit,
Yeah.
which it's
And
gotta be, so
secret.
he can stitch well. Exactly. He didn't want
Yeah.
to give away the surprise of these
Yes. That's
cute
where we saw
hats
all
he
his
was making for
presents.
them. Exactly.
Wow. That's it. We solved that. Take down
That's
that
it. That's it.
Polaroid.
That's
We
done.
solved that
I'm
one.
not going to even do those last two episodes I was talking about anymore because that
Solved it.
is,
He's a
that's it. That's
crafter.
what happens.
It's
Yeah.
my dream craft room.
Yeah. So the twins, they start to warm up to the idea of spending some time with their grunkle out on the lake.
Mhm.
But then he tells them that it'll just be them, their goofy hats, their fishing gear, and a good old book of jokes and nothing else on the water
No
for
snacks?
10 hours.
No snackies?
No
No
snacks. I guess
music?
catch fish if you want to eat.
Okay, what about implements to eat those fish? We're going Gollum? Just,
God gave us all the tools we need, Grace.
just
10 fingers, use them. Yeah. Just like bite into a fish right after you're catching it. Grandpa, I'm hungry. What's too damn bad? Eat the fish.
too damn bad.
Yeah. So before the kids can like reel back stand on the whole like 10 hours of it all, like, can we maybe like notch that down to 2 hours
Yeah,
max?
two most.
The entire town, or at least everyone who's at Lake Gravity Falls, is shocked and startled when they hear frantic screams and cries from an old man coming from somewhere nearby.
Okay.
The screams start to get louder and louder and more clear at what the man is screaming.
Okay.
And they see that it's coming from an old man who is locally known to the town as a deranged hillbilly called Fiddleford Old Man McGucket, who we will just call Old Man McGucket. Fiddleford. Fiddleford, like a fiddle plus Ford.
Ford.
Cars.
Okay, got it.
Yes,
Great.
but we
Natural.
only know him as Old Man McGucket in this episode. I had to do a bit of deep diving on this character.
Okay, great.
He's something. Well, he's a big part of it. We'll keep talking about him here, but just know, we just know him as Old Man. But I looked it up. His real name is Fiddleford.
Fiddleford. Okay.
Of course. Natural for a hillbilly,
Yeah,
right?
Fiddleford.
Like normal. This guy, though, he's got on like these dark, tattered overalls that are kind of ripped up and like patchwork sewn back together. He's not wearing shoes. He only has like bandages wrapped around his feet, both of his feet. He's got a dusty, frayed old scarecrow's hat on that he literally apparently stole from a scarecrow at one point.
Okay.
He has a cast on his right arm, like just covering from like his hand up to his elbow is just a cast.
Okay.
And several missing teeth. One of his few remaining teeth is gold. He's got a very large, like pink nose with warts all over it, and a very long gray beard with a bandage just chilling on the front of the beard.
And he's actively just screaming.
Screaming. He's actively screaming, and he happens to, it looks like he's coming off of the lake from a boat because he's screaming as he's running on the dock up towards the mainland, towards like the lake ranger station that's sitting up, kind of off the shore a little bit.
Okay.
And so he's running off this dock, pushing past every person in front of him, kicking over picnic table. I'd be like, don't touch me.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'd be like, Grunkle, let's get in that boat.
Let's get far away from wherever he's going.
Yeah. Let's hit that water, 10 hours, make it 12.
Yes. As long as we need, as long as it takes for him to get away from this lake.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
the
kicking
bandage
over
feet
tables.
is really
something.
It's really
something.
Okay. Yeah. This
and they're not
screaming.
Fully bandaged, like where he has boots on, like you just got like foot surgery and you put a whole boot on. It's literally just like wrapped around the sole of his feet. Like that's it. Toes are exposed, heel is exposed. It's just like the middle that's wrapped on both feat. So not even the parts that you put pressure on your feet against the ground.
This is actually a fashion choice.
Bold. That's all I can say.
Daring. It's very derelict a la Zoolander. Something trash as fashion. Great. Cool.
As he is frantically knocking everything out of everyone's hands and pushing past people, running towards this ranger station, where coincidentally, this man's son, Tate, McGucket happens to be a lake ranger.
Okay.
He's screaming, the old man is screaming over and over about the Gravity Falls Gobblewonker, the
Okay.
infamous lake monster.
Hell
It has
yeah, let's get in
returned
there.
and it is lurking in the waters of the lake somewhere near Scuttlebutt Island.
Scuttlebutt Island. Okay.
Scuttlebutt Island. His son Tate runs out and tries to calm him down by spraying him with the spray bottle of water like he's a cat. Like, Dad, shut up. Quiet, quiet. Stop talking. Stop talking.
You're embarrassing me.
Yeah, yeah, basically what he says. And
Would
he
be.
says, like, he's trying to get him to leave, and he tells him, like, I told you to stay away from here. Go, get out of here. Go
Go
on,
on, get.
get. hmm But the old man is overwhelmed with fear, and he can't stop screaming about this Gobblewalker returning and being a danger to the entire town.
Okay.
And the old man, he shows the townsfolk the damage done to his boat. He like pulls him over to the docks and says, see, this was done by the Gobblewonker, by the monster. And basically his boat's just like cracked in two. Like it's a wooden boat. So I don't even know how he got back to the docks
Yeah, to show
and something like this. But he did. And then he describes the monster to like prove that he actually saw it and that it did this damage.
What does it
He
look like?
says that the monster has a long neck like a giraffe, because obviously he speaks in a hillbilly accent.
Hell yeah.
And wrinkly skin like this gentleman over here, pointing towards Stan.
Also, Stan's like, have you seen this fez? Looks him up and down.
Sir, you should
Nice
see. I
shoes.
usually wear like his actual work attire is nice. Like he's got the nice
It's
black
nice.
suit on, the bow tie. Like
Yeah,
Stan is a well-dressed
classy.
man when he's on the clock. Okay, so I'd be like, excuse me, sir. But I mean, maybe his skin's not the best. I don't know. So the townspeople, they obviously just know Old Man McGucket as a deranged hillbilly, as I said.
Okay.
So they just brush all of this screaming and shouting off, and they actually like laugh him away, like point and laugh, everybody. It's the crazy man. Ha ha. But Dipper, he hears this, and his ears just like beep at the sound of big, scary, scaly, angry lake monster. And he can't help but be intrigued. Now, before we talk about what goes on here, though, I obviously have to point out the elephant in the room that, yes, we've got another lake monster episode here today. This is probably the fourth, maybe fifth time we've done a lake monster episode on Saturday Morning Mysteries. There's definitely we've each done one for sure.
Yeah, Inspector Gadget, Magic School Bus.
Yeah, and then I did another one. I feel like we've done three, other than this one.
Anyways,
this is at least the third, though, for sure.
It comes up a lot.
I'm pretty sure there's another one in there somewhere that we've done. So I'm not going to go into a spiel about lake monsters, about the Loch Ness Monster, or about her Ohioan cousin / Canadian cousin, Bessie, who's in the Lake Erie. No, instead just go back to those episodes and listen to our spiels on that. Yeah. Or maybe if I have time someday, I'll make like a compilation video of all the times we've talked about lake monsters.
You'd have to keep adding to it, though. That's the problem.
I know, right? That's the thing.
It would never be done.
Happening. Cartoons love a good lake monster.
So
we'll keep it going. Everybody knows who the Loch Ness Monster is. Like I said, if not, go listen to one of our previous episodes on that subject. So Dipper, he's like us, though. He hears Loch Ness Monster or like Lake Monster, and he's like, oh, do say more. I'm intrigued. So he grabs Mabel and reminds her of that monster photo contest that they were talking about earlier in the morning. Yes. And he says, Mabel, if we go out to Scuttlebutt Island, we could get a picture of that monster and then split that $1,000 cash prize. Imagine what we could do with $500 each, right?
That's too much for a 13-year-old.
It really is. It is. And I mean, we do kind of see like their fantasies about what they would do. Mabel's in particular, I think. She has some she's like me. She loves hamsters and hamster wheels. So, and like they mentioned it earlier, but basically her fantasy is like buying a human-sized hamster wheel.
This is and why like she's showing your favorite it off character.
In front of I love her. She's not wrong. That's a great use of $500.
It's a use.
But in addition to like making hamsters jealous with it, she was also going to like ride it on the streets. And like she has this fantasy where these like 80s style, like the animation switches to like 80s anime, which is incredible.
Perfect.
And
Perfection.
this is, I guess, how Mabel sees the world because it's her like her vision or whatever. And like there are
Uh-huh.
these two like young adult men in like this red convertible sitting at a stop sign, and she's like
Impress.
also at the stop sign in her hamster ball and looks at them like, "Hey, want to race or whatever?" And the guy's like, "Get
Stuck.
hard on." Yeah. It's incredible. Like, what's
Wow.
up? Like my ride? And they're like, oh my God, yes. Like, wow, can we ride with you?
Scurry, 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 scurry.
Well, there's like smoke behind her too, and she's like scurrying down the street. So, yeah, obviously, for a couple of like preteens like them, the choice between a quick $500 and an epic adventure seems a lot
Mm,
more appealing than like a 10-hour fishing trip with their very
yeah.
strange and low-key negligent great uncle.
Yes.
So they kind of weigh this like moral dilemma of, well, our uncle is sad and wants to spend quality time with us, but
Mm,
$500 and maybe winning over those cute boys if you're Mabel, whatever. They weigh that for like 5 seconds before going over to Stan and saying, like, hey, actually, we don't want to fish anymore. We want to go to that island and find the monster.
mm.
But at the same moment, their good friend Seuss, who you introduced us
Oh,
to last week, the handyman for the
yes.
Mystery Shack, he pulls up to the docks in his own boat called the SS Cool Dude, which is
Oh,
honestly it's cute, but pretty tattered, pretty like
pretty
makeshift,
janky.
like yeah, a
Mm.
little janky, different like sheets of metal kind of just like nailed in
Oh,
there and wood planks kind of holding everything together, but
uh-huh.
somehow it's still much nicer than Stan's boat. So Seuss pulls up to the dock near Stan and the kids, and he says that he overheard the kids talking about monster hunting. And he's like, hey, well, if you guys are interested in doing that, more than welcome to use my boat, because obviously Stan's boat cannot withstand a trip all the way out to Scuttlebutt
To that. And
Island.
a
That will not
monster.
work, or a monster for that matter. But Stan, he looks up at them and he's like, well, come on, guys. Like, you're going to go all the way out to that island, and this monster, it's just a legend. It probably isn't even real. And so you're just going to be wasting your time.
Hmm.
And if you do that, you're going to miss out on learning how to like hook worms onto bait for me. How fun does that sound,
I
right?
knew the unpaid labor was there
That's not had to
somewhere.
be somewhere. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, no, you're not going to go fishing with me without doing some work.
Yeah,
All
you're
right.
gonna do the work for you.
And, at first, when I watched this episode, since, like Grace said last week, we don't watch the episodes that each other
Hmm.
are covering. We like to be surprised and, figure out what's happening. For me, that kind of can always be hard because Grace always does the very first episode of the show, and I
There's
never know how
no
much
context.
exposition they lay out. Yeah, like no context. So when I heard Stan say this while watching it, I was like, yeah, he's probably just coming up with excuses because like he wants to spend time with the kids or because he doesn't want to be
Oh,
all
yeah.
alone because that's the reason why he brought the kids here. But then last week, you like in quick passing, you mentioned that he said a similar thing while he was giving a tour of the Mystery Shack. Like, yeah, like monsters are just legends that I can use to make
Oh,
money.
yeah.
And I'm now realizing, at least from these first two episodes, that Stan actually might not believe in monsters. Like to me, he always seemed like I thought that he
Yeah.
was going to be someone who did believe in cryptids and
Oh, uh-huh.
monsters and stuff and was like actually actively trying to hunt them out. But it seems like he's constantly just saying like, oh no, those are just legends. Like I literally just use them as a grift. And like he does
Yeah.
not actually believe in this
Huh.
stuff at all, which I find interesting. It's only these two episodes that I've really
Yes. I'm
clocked that, but
interested.
now I'm going to like re-listen to the other episodes that I'm covering and be like, oh, is this all just a grift for him, or does he like actually believe, but is
We
still
gotta
like, I
find
mean,
out
I'm
what
gonna
this
make
brotherhood
money.
is.
I
We gotta
know.
get into the lodge
Long
and the
pin.
craft
The pin's
room.
getting shorter and shorter. It's getting shorter
Week
and
by week.
shorter. Yes. So, to their uncle's sadness and dismay, the kids very quickly decide to hop into Seuss's boat and scuttle their way on out to Scuttlebutt
Mm.
Island so
Let's
that they
go
can
that
get a
way.
photo of this monster and win that cash prize and
Mm.
not have anything to do with hooking worms onto fishing leers.
You know what,
So,
though, Grunkle, you're setting the capitalist example for them. So
you are, the kids, they'll
they had
they'll
the chance for
know
money
about
too. They learned
labor.
from you.
Yeah, they know how to make money and
Hmm.
how to make it quickly,
Yeah,
and
this is
in
his
the
whole
easiest
thing.
way possible with as little labor
Yes.
as possible. Just take
Again,
a
his
picture.
whole
Yeah.
thing.
You don't have to create anything. You just got to take a picture of something and then you'll
Yeah.
win. So they do decide, though, to stop real quick at a convenience store, maybe at the ranger station. I don't know, to pick up sunscreen and one
Okay,
of the most
smart.
important things that they will need for this whole mission, cameras, of course.
Ah, yes,
So
helpful.
Old Man McGucket overhears them saying that they are going to hunt down this monster, and he's like cheering them on, like, yes, monster, monster, like very excited that someone is finally listening to him and
Ah,
taking him
yes.
seriously.
Oh,
Like, finally, oh my gosh, please go, like, go prove it. Except also, it's Seuss and two, like, 12 or whatever,
children.
13-year-old
Yeah.
kids. Like, I would have put all my hope or faith in them
This
to
is where he's
resolve
at.
this.
He doesn't have a
Yes.
lot of options, honestly. He's like, that's the best I'm gonna get, I guess.
I know. He's like, well, I guess if anyone does it, like, I
Better than
can't be
nothing.
mad. Like, beggars can't be choosers, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Yeah. So they ride the boat out to the island. And as they're on it, Dipper tells the gang his whole plan. He's talking about, like, the biggest problem that people run into when they're trying to get evidence of a monster or when they're out monster hunting is that they don't have a camera. You just see Bigfoot going through the woods and
Mm.
you're like, oh, what? I can't,
What do I
I can't do
do?
anything. Where's my camera? Although I guess 2012, they had cell phones then. They should have,
But
but they weren't as good. They didn't
people
have
weren't
like
as
4K
attached to them as they
cameras.
are now.
Exactly. So to fix this problem or to avoid this problem altogether, Dipper tells the gang that he purchased 17 disposable cameras from the store so that there is no way that they will miss their opportunity
You gotta
to
spend
get a
money to make
photo of
money.
this monster. Hey, I'm sure that those 17 cameras were much less than the $500 that he is
Yes,
going to
exactly.
win if they get this picture.
Wow. Okay.
And this also is very funny, just as like a side note to how you talked about last week. The show is very based on Alex Hirsch's life and like
Uh-huh.
his childhood with his twin sister. I was reading about like a behind the scenes interview that he gave one point
Mm.
or something like explaining who he was as a kid and how similar he was
Uh-huh.
to Dipper. And he even said, Alex Hirsch said that as a child, he was the type of kid who would bring like 16 disposable cameras wherever he went.
Oh, okay,
So I
that's
thought that
cute.
was adorable. Like, oh, wow. So he gave Dipper 17 cameras. And I was like, wait
Yeah.
a minute, that's adorable. It
He
is
was like,
very
that's
much
just the
based on his
normal.
life. Yeah.
That's cute.
Like, you guys didn't walk around with 16 disposable cameras like
At
on your
all
random
times?
shenanigans? Yeah, why not? He just always has like a sack of them. Like,
Yeah, just like
yeah, you
clanging
never know.
around.
You never know what kind of monster you're going to run into.
True.
So, for various reasons, unfortunately, quite a few of these cameras get broken in just a matter of minutes.
That's why he got 17.
That's
E
exactly what
backup.
Dipper says.
Yeah.
He's like, this is why we got so many.
You know what?
But
He's right.
the number is quickly brought down to 11, and he starts to get a little more tense. Like, okay, guys, let's not drop any more of these. Let's
Okay.
stop throwing these cameras overboard just because we don't understand the concept of taking
Is
pictures.
that Seuss?
Seuss.
Yeah,
And
okay.
Mabel, out of like blackmail because she wants to be captain of the mission, and she keeps like throwing cameras in until Dipper says, okay, fine. Yeah.
Okay, you loved her more because of the hamster wheel. I love her more because of this
Yeah.
power move. I'm the captain
She's the
now.
best. Exactly. Co-captain, at least. She'll settle for co-captain. So they eventually get to the island and they see that it's just like covered in fog and that there's just like dying trees and stuff all over it. So it looks very, very
Okay.
creepy and spooky. And they slowly get out of the boat and they make their way onto land and they're just like slowly creeping through all this fog. It's really hard to see. They
Hmm.
hear all these like weird birds kind of chirping
Hmm.
around them and just echoing, reverberating noises of like growling kind of and
Okay,
something that isn't super normal.
why are
Yeah.
they on land if they're looking for the lake monster?
they just know that it's on Scuttlebutt Island. I think it is because, like, right when they land, they hear like that growling noise, and they're like, "Oh,
Okay.
that came from the island," and that was
It's
obviously the
it's
sound
an
of a monster.
amphibian.
Yeah, of some
Can go
sort.
do both. Okay. Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, plesiosaurs are like semi-aquatic, I suppose. Or I
Okay.
guess they're aquatic, but they can go on land for brief moments of time too.
Okay.
And maybe they're just looking for clues of a monster first to make sure they're in the right
Okay.
spot, like footprints or
Flipper
massive dead
prints
animals, flipper prints, yeah, things
from
of that nature. So
Scotland.
so they hear these growls and these inexplicable noises, and they decide to follow the sounds onto the island. And eventually they follow them for so long that they find that they have like walked literally clear to the opposite side of the island, and they're
Oh,
reapproaching the water now from the other side.
okay.
And as they're getting closer to the water, they hear that weird growling sound again, getting louder,
Hmm.
and they start to see a strange shadow behind a thick cloud of fog that's straight ahead of them.
Okay.
And they get closer and closer, and the shadow starts to seem to take the shape of, again, a plesiosaur like
Plesiosaurus?
lake monster, if you will, aka the
Uh-huh.
Gobblewonker, resting in the shallow water. So, yes, it's not on land, it is in the
Okay.
water, but they had to go around the island to figure out
Okay,
where it
okay.
likes to hang out. And so Dipper's excited. He tells everyone to get their cameras
Yeah.
ready. And so they're all starting to
Be
like draw them
ready.
out and lift them up, and they slowly creep closer and closer.
Don't let those flashes scared off. Okay.
But once they get through the fog and can fully see what's in front of them, they realize that it is actually just a colony of beavers in their dam, which
What?
is in fact shaped like a plesiosaurus,
Oh.
but like it's just beavers being all cute, just like, you know,
Wallorant.
putting their wood up, having their whole
Just
little
just going
colony, like
to
doing all
work.
their jobs, squeaking away. It's so
Okay, pretty
adorable. It's
precious.
just very cute. And so Sue starts taking a bunch of photos of these adorable
Wasting
beavers.
photos.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, they got
Wasting
10 more
film.
cameras, but yeah.
You never know.
And while he's distracted by these adorable beavers, the kids, they're like, yeah, okay, they're cute, but also we definitely heard that sound, right? Like we're not
Oh
going
yeah.
crazy. So where did that come from? And they turn around and then they see a beaver just straight up chewing on an old rusty chainsaw, like on land. And the chainsaw, whenever the beaver chews on it, starts making that growling noise that they heard. And the beaver's just like smiling as it's chewing on this chainsaw.
The most
Like, oh,
natural
no,
snack for
I mean,
one.
it is an inexplicable noise, that's for sure.
Yeah, I
Like,
would never have assumed such a
would not have
combination.
pinned it. Exactly,
No.
exactly. So fair. You win this round, Beavers. You win. You
Yes,
win.
yes, good for them.
And now the kids, though, they start to realize that this whole like Gobblewonker debacle may
Mm,
have indeed just been the ramblings of a deranged old hillbilly.
yes.
And so they actually start to feel kind of like shit for ditching their uncle, their
I
great uncle.
mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys did ditch him. You could have invited him and fished along the way. Like there were
Yeah.
options.
Exactly. Like he could have come. Like you leave your boat there, get on
Yeah.
Seuss's boat, fish on the way, like you said, go to the
Yeah.
island, check it out for a bit, fish on the way back.
Yeah.
Although he would definitely want to keep the $1,000 for himself. They wouldn't be able to explain why they want
Yeah.
this photo so bad.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, but yes, it's starting to weigh on them a bit, and they realize that shit, Stan authentically wanted to spend some quality time with us, and here we are chasing
Mm,
ghost monsters basically that don't
mm.
exist.
Yeah.
So Dipper, he sits down on a large rock that's right at the shore of the island in the lake, and he just kind of puts his head in his hands, really feeling like a piece of work, and probably also mad that he's not going to get that
He's not got
thousand
that
dollar
money.
cash
Yeah.
prize now. Yeah, so it's like the worst of both worlds. Like they're bad family members and they don't get to win any
And they're still
money.
poor. Yeah.
And they're broke,
And
yes.
they're still broke 13-year-olds.
But just as he's drowning in sadness from the realization that the monster may be fake,
Hmm.
the gang hears another loud rumble coming from behind them. through the
Get
fog
that chainsaw
in the
out of
lake.
here.
Yes, beavers, turn off the chainsaw, dang it, we're having a moment.
I'm being sad.
Yeah. Turn it off. Also, it's rusty. It can't be good for your
Yeah,
teeth
you
or
cannot be
whatever
eating
you,
that.
you
Let
guys
me take that
have.
trash. Let me throw this away
Yeah.
for you.
The rock that Dipper is sitting on,
Mhm.
right after he hears and feels this loud rumble, it just instantly sinks underwater. Almost, it looks almost like the lake floor just is like collapsing for a second when this rock sinks out from underneath him, and he like kind of falls in the water for a brief second and then runs back out onto the shore by Seuss and Mabel,
Okay, good call. Yes,
trying to
run.
like regain his footing as the earth is shaking around them and they still
Oh,
hear this loud rumbling noise.
okay.
And then behind the fog, we see the shape of a monster forming on the lake. And
Okay.
the rock, quote unquote, that Dipper was sitting on, it actually kind of pops back out onto the surface
Is it
of
a
the
head?
water, jolts, and swings back into the lake towards this lurking monster because it is not actually a rock. It is part of the monster itself. It was part of its tail. And Dipper, he sees this and he's like, get your cameras ready. We're back, baby. We're
Right.
back.
Beavers, move it.
Yeah. Beavers, hold on to your butts, man. Your
Hold on
dam
to your
has no
tails.
chance.
Yeah.
Hold on to those wide, flat tails. And then through the fog, they see the shadow of the monster stand tall and
Stand?
approach closer and
Not
closer. Well,
plesiosaurus shape?
it is a plesiosaurus shape, and they just see a long neck,
Okay.
and at the top of it, two very, very bright, glowing eyes peeking
Glowing.
right at them through the fog. And it moves closer, and its body gets clearer and clearer as they can start to see it, and the fog moves out of the way.
Okay, start snapping those pics, kids.
And this has become, yeah, right. I think they're
Don't
a little
miss your
afraid.
chance.
Seuss and Mabel are just like, frozen.
Fuck.
If you're not watching on YouTube and you're just listening, I just had 1,000 yard stare mode because that's what
Yeah.
Seuss and Mabel are doing.
Yeah,
While
that makes
Dipper,
sense.
he's getting excited and he's like trying to snap pictures, but again, you can't like totally see it because it's still
Yeah.
behind the fog. But it does get clearer and clearer, I said, as the fog goes away. And
Mhm.
as it is no longer, as the monster itself is no longer swimming in the lake, but is now standing right on the shores of the lake, growling
Okay.
right in front of the gang.
Okay. Is it like bigger
Dipper,
than the trees type of
oh
thing?
yeah. Oh, it's
Okay,
much bigger than the trees.
massive.
This thing,
Okay.
the neck alone has got to be
Couple stories.
30, yeah, a couple stories like
Okay.
30 feet long,
Okay,
maybe
okay.
50 feet
Yeah.
long,
So
the
just
neck alone. Yes.
this big. Okay.
And the eyes are probably, each eye is probably as big as my monitor, my computer
Okay.
monitor. You're like,
Great.
they're big. Great. You hate to see it.
Perfect. Get those cameras.
Get them out. Get ready. Don't get camera shy now, kids. But that's exactly what they do. The kids
Ah,
and Seuss scream their heads off when this thing actually like peeks, like not even peeks, jolts its head through the fog right at
mm,
them and growls in their faces. And they just say, fuck this. They book it right back to the other side of the island where they dock their
mm.
boat so that they can get out of there and get back to the mainland and tell everyone,
Damn.
like, the thing is real. It's real.
Yeah, old man was right.
Old man McGucket, he's right.
Give me that
We're
bandage for my
crazy on
feet.
hillbillies too, I guess. I don't know.
I'm wrapping these feet up. Take these boots off.
Give me my arm cast. I don't know. So naturally, though, since, like we said, plesiosaurs are at a minimum semi-aquatic, if not fully aquatic, but with also the ability to walk on land, somewhat. So it just like chases them through the
It's like
island.
this is easier for me, in fact.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Like now I don't have to swim, I guess. Like
Yeah, remember that
it's nice to
boat
walk.
I cracked? Yeah, like I can take this down. On land, on water, you're not safe from me.
No, you cannot escape me. The Gobblewonker.
The Gobblewonker.
Such an
It sounds
interesting
like
name.
a character from Alice in Wonderland.
It does, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Or like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Willy
Yes.
Wonka. Like the
Yes.
snozberries have snozzes or whatever. The
Yes.
Gobblewonkers
The
gobble.
Gobblewonker's gobbling.
Yeah. So yeah, it just chases after them. And then once they
Great.
get back into their boat, they like quickly back that shit up to like get back to the island, right? But then it's like, oh, I can do both. And it gets
Yeah.
back in the water
Get
and
you a
then
monster
swims
who can do
after them.
both.
Ladies, find you a Gobblewonker, which also
Ladies.
I feel like that could maybe have some weird like connotation to Gobblewonker. I'm stuck on the name.
Let's do monster. Just a monster who can do
Get
both.
yourself a monster like this. Get yourself a lake monster, someone who can do sea and land. So, yes, the monster is now chasing them, hot pursuit through the water,
Mm,
swimming after them as lake monsters do.
mhm.
And Seuss is speeding his janky little boat through this lake, swerving, trying to avoid the monster, get it off of their tail. But remember, like I've said before, the lake is filled with people. Like there are so many people from
I
Gravity
forgot
Falls
about
there in all
that.
of their own little boats. So there's
Okay.
families everywhere in boats enjoying the fishing season. And the gang is like dodging these boats, like kind of
In
weaving
the
in and out
monsters
of
like
them.
knocking over the other boats and stuff? Like what?
Basically, yes,
Okay, so everyone else is now
exactly.
also seeing this.
So I don't know if they actually see the monster in hindsight. I think that they just think Seuss is driving like an asshole.
Oh, it has like a
And
huge wake or something.
exactly, as I say, we know the power of a wake when you're on the water and in a
Yes.
boat that's smaller than a big boat with the bigger wake. Like
Yeah.
your boat
You
could
get
tip over, or
rocked.
like you at least get rocked
Yeah,
around.
okay.
You could fall over if you're standing up in your boat, whatever. So I don't think they actually see the monster. They just think that like some giant wake from Seuss is like knocking them all over, and they're just like, "What the
Mm.
fuck is that?" But like they're causing chaos. Like so many people's boats flip over, and like people just get like rammed out of the lake
That's
and
some free
everything. And this,
snacks for the Gobblewonker. Like that's he can go back and snack on them later.
which is interesting. Like this Gobblewonker is very fixated on Dipper and Mabel and Seuss because I
Mm.
thought the same thing watching it. Like at any minute, the Gobblewonker
Little
could just cool
snacks
off and eat any of these families, but no, it stays on Seuss's
on just
boat the
them.
whole time. Yeah.
Probably for the better, I guess. But
Yeah, yeah. They didn't want to show that much bloodshed in this
yeah,
Disney Channel cartoon, I assume.
after all, yep.
So eventually the gang, they kind of reach a dead end when they see that they are steering themselves directly towards a waterfall. And Dipper, for whatever reason, like you said, he can be overconfident sometimes. Like he just looks at them and says, like, it leads to a cave, I think. Keep going straight.
Straight? You think?
And Mabel and Seuss are like, yeah, you think or you know? Like,
Yeah.
are you sure?
This is something that needs to be in the no category.
Yeah, not I think. Like, we
Yeah.
literally have one chance to get this right.
Yeah.
If not, like, we have no need to run from the
That's it.
Gobblewonker anymore. We're dead either way.
Right, yeah. Either way, we're at snack.
Yeah. So thankfully, he's correct. They steer right through the waterfall and they do find themselves inside a cave. But sadly, the Wonker, he's not that naive. He knows how this lake
This is his
runs and
fucking
works.
lake.
He's gone through all corners of this lake, all little nooks and crannies. He's seen it all. So he
Dipper,
knows that, yeah,
you what's the Bane quote? Dipper, you live in the
you
darkness. I was
merely
born in
I
it.
was born in it. I was
I
raised
was
in it. You
born in the
inherited the
cave.
cave. You
Yeah.
inherited the lake, Dipper. I was
I was
born in
born
it.
in it.
I was born in it. Yeah, basically. So yeah, we're gonna call him Bane now, no longer the Gobblewonker. Ladies, get
Just
you a
Bane.
Bane.
Get you
Looks
a
like,
Bane,
yeah,
ladies.
maybe actually,
Yeah,
yeah.
whatever you're
So
into.
why not? So yeah, the Gobblewonker, he just follows him right into the cave because he knows that there is a cave there, that it's not
Yeah.
a dead end. But the Gobblewonker, thankfully for these kids, this monster is a little too big to fit through. He's been eating so many humans
There's so
lately and just so
many.
many fish. He's gained
It's
some weight.
fishing
It's been a while
season.
since he tried to get through this cave. So he
Mm,
didn't realize how much weight he's put on and that
hate to
he
see it
is a
happen
little
for him.
too big to fit through. Yeah, hate to see it, you know. He'll lose weight soon enough. We'll see.
Yeah.
And he does get stuck. So now that they see the monster is stuck, but also like not far away from them at all,
Yeah.
Dipper is like, okay, one, let's rejoice that we're still alive. And two, get out your
Get a
cameras,
picture?
everyone. Now's the perfect time. Exactly. Because the
It's stuck
thing
and
that
can't leave.
You can't leave. Pose. Smile,
Now,
Gobblewonker.
is it blocking the entire entrance with its body?
Yes. hmm
Great. Okay, that should
So,
be
like,
maybe that's item number two, not the cameras. Maybe the what's our exit now
yeah, that's a good point.
is number two.
No, live in the moment, Grace. Okay, that's a later problem. Later
But first,
problem.
we
That's a
gotta
problem for
get the
like
pic.
2 minutes from now. Right
Okay.
now, we're getting
Once these cameras are
pictures.
full.
Yeah, exactly. Great question though. I guess they're just like, yeah, we'll find a way out
Okay,
eventually, or
great.
yeah, I don't know. So they get a bunch of photos. They snap all these pictures of the Gobblewonker on what is now their last camera because they were like,
Okay.
as they're being chased by this thing through the lake, they're just like throwing cameras at, like, stop chasing us. Dipper is pissed, obviously. It's just like
Yeah.
Seuss, just like throwing them overboard.
Because they're down
None
to
of them
like
even
barely
hit
any.
the monster, let alone like
Naturally.
slow it down. Of course, why would they? So Dipper and Mabel and Seuss, they're now like, they feel like winners. Not only did they prove that this monster
Mm,
exists, but they also know that they're about to get that $1,000 cash prize, or at
very
least
nice.
Dipper and Mabel do. I'm pretty sure they never tell Seuss about this cash prize
He just
at any
walked up and
point.
said monster hunting. Great.
Legit. And they never mention it after that. They just say, like, yeah, we got to get a picture just because, like,
For the memories.
because we like yeah, thanks for the memories. So, like, picture, it's, the friends we made along the way, right, of the
The monsters we made along the
Gobblewonker.
way.
Yeah. So Seuss is just here for vibes, basically, but he's still happy
Good for
because,
him.
like you
Just
said last
vibes.
week, he believes in the monsters, I think probably more
Hmm.
than Stan does. At least
For sure.
now I'm realizing that. And so he's also happy to see, like, yeah, it does exist. Cool, proof. But the Gobblewonker, it's not just like nonchalantly hanging out in this cave opening,
Okay.
right? Like, it's trying to still squeeze
Like
its way through.
thrashing.
Yeah, exactly. Like shaking its head and squirming its long neck all over the place, trying to get
Mm.
free. But this causes a lot of large chunks of rock from the cave entrance and the cave walls to start to like
Oh,
crumble and fall down.
okay.
And one of them even lands directly on the monster's head.
Okay, so now y'all are killing a monster. You guys are monster slayers now.
Wow, really?
Well,
An endangered species?
you came into
Really?
her home and did this shit. Wow.
She was just going for a nice stroll, okay? And
Yeah.
you just had to go up in there, make her
You
mad,
you
first of
sat on
all.
her.
You sat on her. She was just chilling with her beaver friends.
Yeah, they
You
were
sat on
hanging.
her, made her mad, ran away from her, wouldn't explain yourselves and why you were at her
No.
house. And
Tried
so
to
she
take a
was just trying to, like,
picture.
yeah, chase you down and ask, like, hey, what do you want? Well, like, don't take pictures of me in my pajamas. What the
Yeah.
fuck are you
Yeah,
doing?
her
You
pajamas.
know?
Yeah, get off my property.
Yeah, excuse me. And now she's stuck and, like, at a minimum can cuss.
Come on
Yassa.
now.
Oh, the worst. The
Better not take
worst.
my fucking picture like this.
But things get even weirder when so after this rock falls on the head of the monster,
Mhm.
sparks start to fly from its head,
Okay.
and it slowly, almost mechanically perhaps,
What?
lowers along with its neck back down into the water, making all sorts of whirring and like staticky kind of
Who
noises
made
and emitting a
this?
little bit of smoke and some more sparks.
Okay.
So, Grace, I would just like to say, here we are again, once more, with a fake lake monster.
In all of our episodes, always a mechanical robot.
It's
Always a robot.
always a mechanical, always a robot,
Always.
a human-made robot, which again, further proving that the worst monster of all is a human trying to make a quick buck.
Hmm. Always.
Mhm.
Also, I'm like,
Always.
but who made this? Because in
Just
our
you
other
wait and see.
episodes, there was always like a pretty clear,
Yeah,
okay, maybe
don't
old
worry.
man broke that arm with some machinery or something like that. We'll see.
Okay, we'll
Maybe
see.
Grunkle's trying to make a quick buck, perhaps. Okay.
Exactly.
Interesting. Trying to
He
get that merch.
he was happy to stay away from the kids as they went on this excursion. Who
Thus.
knows what he's up to? Dot,
Okay.
dot, dot.
I
But
don't, yeah,
we'll
we
get there
really
in a
don't know him.
second. Yeah. We'll get there in like literally 2 lines from now.
Okay, great.
So Dipper, he hops down from the rock that he's standing on and he makes his way towards the monster. curious as to why it's smoking and sparks are
Yeah.
flying out of its head. So he hops onto the monster's fin and he starts to like feel around on the skin and the scales, quote unquote, of this monster. And he decides to like actually knock on it and hit it. And all he hears, much like in your episode last week, is a cold, hollow echo,
Okay, open that shit
revealing
up, I
that the
guess.
monster is made of metal. So he scales his way up the side of this monster to investigate further, and he climbs up to the top of its back and finds none other than a hatch door, almost
Get
like
in
what you
there,
would
kid.
see on a submarine. Exactly.
Yep.
Open that shit up. Get in there. But
You don't
maybe
need
first call,
backup.
back up.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Literally, Grace is the demon on his shoulder, and I am the angel. Get back up. You don't need backup.
Get in there, kid.
But thankfully, he listens to me and he gets back up.
Yeah,
he calls
probably
Mabel
gonna
and
call.
Seuss up, like, hey guys, come take a look at this with me. So they climb up there, and the three of them slowly open up the hatch door. And inside, they see the person behind the curtain. And we're going to have a full Scooby-Doo moment where I am now
Okay.
going to ask you if you want to guess who it is,
I do.
who is steering and who created this monster. Based on, we met a few characters. Obviously, we've got Grunkle Stan, we've got Tate McGucket, and we've got Old Man McGucket, and just all sorts of people at Lake Gravity Falls.
Okay. I don't think it's Stan.
Okay.
Because it seems like that costs a lot of money to put something like this together.
That is a great clue that I did not think about.
I've seen the cryptids in the Mystery Shack. That
man don't have money.
That man,
if he did,
spending that money on these things.
On that, exactly.
Yeah. So I don't think it's him.
Fair.
Tate. Okay, I definitely think it's the father or the son. You know, I'm going to go with Tate. I'm going to go with the son. I think it's too obvious that it would be Old Man because even though he was in the right time, the right place, I don't know how Tate would have done it being at the ranger station and all that. I guess remote control of it all, but he's in it. But you know what? Yeah, I'm going to say Tate. He was so embarrassed by his dad. I think there's something going on there.
Yeah. Well, there is definitely something going on there. And you know, Grace, Occam's razor, sometimes the most obvious and evident answer is the correct answer because it is none other than Old Man McGucket. He's in there with his go ahead.
No,
yeah.
He spent all his money on this. This is why. He ain't got shoes no more.
Slight pen.
Okay.
Slight pen in that. All right.
Great.
Old Man McGucket's and they're pulling all sorts of levers. He's typing in all these sorts of codes to override system errors. He's freaking out trying to get this thing back and under control. But he can no longer hide from the kids. And he admits to everything. Still with the fully hillbilly voice and everything, though, too. It's not like he's like, oh, yes, I've been living a lie and I actually am a genius. This is this is how I actually talk. I am a Nobel laureate or something like that. Like, no. Still fully a hillbilly.
Okay, good. Good for him.
And so they're shocked that this guy could create such a thing. And they ask him why he did it. Same, too. Like, yes. All of us watching this,
explain yourself,
please. And he tells them that he just wanted attention. That's all. And the kids, particularly Dipper, are like, okay, but I don't understand. Why did you do this?
Yeah.
And so he says, well, first, I just hootenannied up a biomechanical brainwave generator, and then I learned to operate a stick shift with my beard.
With his beard?
With his beard, yeah. You see like his beard hatched around like a lever, and he's like doing that while pulling on other levers and typing buttons and shit.
Yeah, totally makes complete sense. Great.
So basically, he just created, I don't know if you've seen the movie Pacific Rim, but like he basically just created like a humanoid mecha like machine that is controlled through a mental like neuro link between the machine and the operator. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's a brainwave.
Brainwave, exactly. It's like, wait, I've seen this in a movie. That's crazy
I've
that
seen
you
this
just
before.
created that,
That
bro.
you, sir, old
That
man.
movie takes place in the distant future, and you created that with
Fiddleford?
your hillbilly.
Hold
Yeah,
on now.
you. So Mabel, though, she's like really scared and is still like uncertain and
Um,
cautious. Like,
same.
but, but why?
Yeah, like what
Like,
the
but why? That
why don't
still
you just
doesn't
talk to your
explain
son?
why you did this
Yeah.
exactly. And then, yeah, he further explains that when you get to be a man as old as him, nobody pays attention to you anymore. And his own son, like you just said, and like we talked about earlier,
Mm,
he hasn't even visited his father, in months.
mm.
So he figured that maybe he'd try to catch his son's fancy by just real quick whipping up a 15-ton aquatic robot as he starts to evilly laugh and stare off into the distance,
Uh,
mind you.
this is why your son
Yep.
hasn't visited you in months.
It's not just because you like making robots, bro. There's
Yeah.
more going on here, which
This,
we'll get to in a second.
there's a reason he's not coming by the house no more.
Mhm. So he then continues and says, in retrospect, yes, that probably seems a bit contrived, but you just don't understand the lengths us old folks will go through to spend some quality time with our families.
Damn. Damn. He was just
And you
throwing
are
that back
Seuss.
out because
You
he
are
got caught.
Seuss. Also true. Like, yeah, that seems like a convenient excuse here, but you are like Seuss, who then leans into the twins and says, well, I guess you guys are the real Blake monsters, aren't you? This is
Damn.
awkward. Like, clearly seeing the parallels between McGucket and like Uncle Stan
Oh
being
my
like left
God.
alone. Yeah. So Mabel nervously asks the old man, because she's obviously aware of this too, like, oh, yeah, we are
Oh,
kind of
fucked up.
assholes. So, like, hey, old man, did you ever like confront your son about how you felt and everything before descending into madness? And the old man's like, oh, no, no, not at all. No, sirree. I got right to work on making robots. And like,
The only option.
the music just turns very sinister and ominous and dark, and we see like a montage of McGucket like making all of these robots throughout his
Just
life, saying like,
descending to madness.
yes, basically, like I made lots of robots in my day. Like when my wife left me and I created a homicidal pterodactyltron. And this one time, my old pal Ernie, he didn't come to my retirement party, so I constructed an 80-ton shame bot that exploded the entire downtown area. And he's like menacingly laughing and again staring into the
They're just
distance.
like going back up the ladder for the hatch.
Like slowly
Wow.
sliding back down the neck and like
That's
to Seuss's boat.
crazy. Wow, you don't say. Okay.
Wow. All
We'll let
right.
Tate know you said
Goodbye.
hi.
Yeah.
Forget our
You're
faces and
totally
names.
fine. You're fine. We're not going to report you to anyone.
No, we will come
But
over for dinner. Don't worry, we won't ditch you and your abandonment
yeah,
issues. Okay,
you're fine. All
bye.
good, all good. But he calms himself down a little bit and tells the kids, like, well, I gotta go get back to work on my death ray, so I'll see you guys later. And then he like closes the hatch back on them, and they're just standing there like, what?
Uh,
And that's it. They don't report him. They just go back to the island after that.
you
They're
know
like, okay,
what?
well, let's get, or sorry, not to the island. They go back to the mainland. After that, they get back in Seuss's boat. I'm not sure how they get out because, like you said, he was
But he
blocking
like
the
maybe like
cave.
drives it away though. Like
Yeah,
moves
maybe.
the
Yeah. And he probably gets it back working for a
monster
second.
away.
They're like,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Goodbye
Yeah.
forever.
And so part of me wanted to do a tangent on this character, but we're getting to the end of the script now, and I'm like, episode's getting a little long, so like we'll probably hopefully get a chance to do a deep dive on him later because he
Okay.
is in another episode of mine.
Oh,
The
great.
wiki page for this character, like the wiki fandom page, is massive grace. Old Man McGucket has
Damn.
quite a fucking background story.
Quite a rap sheet.
I'll
Okay.
sum it up to say, yeah, quite a rap sheet, but he was a scientist long ago, like when
Okay.
he first arrived in Gravity Falls. And like he actually
Uh-oh.
did legitimate work as a scientist
Okay.
before some crazy shit happened and sent him off the deep end and like fucked
Okay.
with his mind to where he is in the state
Interesting.
that he is in now. I hope I can get to some of that later,
Ooh.
but if not, like
Okay.
suffice it to say that
Curious.
like this isn't just some random deranged hillbilly. He actually has like
A
a story arc
full.
throughout this series,
Oh
yeah,
shit. Cool.
which
Okay.
is incredible. So, anyways, the kids, as they're riding in the boat back towards the mainland, again, feeling pretty annoyed that they did kind of waste their day. Like, at least they solved the
Mm.
mystery, but like, it's still not a real monster, so they can't
Yeah.
get the prize
It's kind of
reward or the
lose lose
cash
for them
prize.
now.
Exactly. And they still were horrible nieces and nephews to their
Hmm.
uncle, their great uncle. So they're thinking about what they should do next. And they realize that they have one more disposable camera. And they look at
Okay.
each other and they decide that there's really only one way that they should use it by taking photos of their family bonding day with good old Uncle Stan.
Okay.
So they ride their boat back up to Stan's boat and they try to apologize and kind of sweet talk him like, hey, Uncle
What's
Stan,
going
how's the fishing
and catch
going?
anything?
Sorry, yeah, that we left you. But Stan, he tells them to save their sympathy and is like,
Ugh.
I've been having the time of my life out here, making new friends, talking to my reflection. And,
Mhm.
you know, I even had a cute little fun little run in with the lake police, you know, no big deal, which we actually see this
My
happen earlier in the
friends.
episode. Yeah, my friends. But like, he's basically just harassing people on the lake. Like he sees other families having fun and he's jealous. So he's like, ah, shut up or whatever. Or like,
Yeah, that checks.
trying to talk to random children in boats, like, hey, here's how you do
Nope.
XYZ. And a parent coming up like,
Drunkle.
sir, what do you,
So please back your
sir?
boat away.
Yeah. And this is how he had the run in with the police. And I mean,
Mm.
now he just has to wear this cute little like beeping and flashing black ankle bracelet. It's so cute though. Like, don't worry about
It
it. But
really
like, it's been a
goes with
great
my
day.
outfit. I
Yeah,
got
it's
a
been
new
a
bracelet
great
today.
day. You guys like it? It's cute, right? You guys didn't get a bracelet today.
That's the sec. It's a friendship bracelet with me and all my new friends.
Exactly. For all the friends that I can't go near. So Dipper, he asks, though, if there's any room in the boat for three more people. And Stan, he looks at them and grins and lets them get on the boat.
Oh,
And the
cute.
group enjoys the rest of their day fishing, snapping all sorts of photos of the fun memories they made that day on Lake Gravity Falls. And as the sun begins to set, they wrap it up and they pack it on up and they start to sail back to the mainland. But while they're hauling their way back, they feel something really large bump the underside of their boat, kind of sending them like jolting forward in the
Okay.
water. The twins like sit up real quick and they look back on the water to see what it was, but they don't see anything on the surface or like even swimming behind them. So
Mhm.
they kind of just shrug their shoulders, get,
Even though they know
back
this
into a relaxed
maniac is in the water,
position.
they're just like,
Yeah, I know, right?
death
Yeah,
ray.
like, nah, it probably wasn't him. That's not his death ray down there. He's probably doing that out in the mountains or something.
Great.
Yeah. So they make their way calmly back to shore in the sunset, but the camera lowers down beneath the surface of the water.
Mhm.
And indeed, we do see a large, dark figure swimming and circling in the depths of the water, far in the distance.
Mm.
The end.
Glowing eyes or no?
I think there were glowing eyes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Either
And I
way,
think it's safe to assume it is actually a monster because I
yep.
don't think McGucket's machine is working anymore.
Yeah, I
So
know. And either way,
perhaps.
bad news bears for
Yeah,
everyone.
exactly. Whether it's an old deranged hillbilly or a real monster, like
Real
I don't want to
monster.
run into either of
Yeah.
those things in the middle of the lake.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. So yeah, the end.
Wow. Great. That was so fun. I want to know this man's backstory. I'm excited that he appears in one of your episodes. That would be
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. He's something, let me tell you. But basically,
Yeah.
every time we see him, he's making some crazy sort of machine and like
Mm,
giving it to the kids or to Stan for some reason. But there is additional lore that
okay.
I hope I can get to
Okay.
in one of my last couple of episodes. So we'll see.
Interesting.
Put a pin
Perfect.
in that. And if not,
Hmm.
maybe we'll cover it another time. And
Yeah.
there's a
Or I'll
lot
go
more to
read the
uncover
page.
about Old Man McGuffin. Yeah, exactly. If
Yes.
not, then once this arc is done,
Yes,
read
I'll
his
go deep
wiki
dive.
fandom page because it's insane. I haven't even gotten through the whole thing because I was
Oh
like,
my
oh, whoa,
God.
this goes way deeper than I thought it was.
Damn. Okay.
Which kudos to the writers because that's how
Yes.
you do character development.
Yeah, truly. Sick. Okay.
So,
Yay. I'm excited to hear more about him. That was great.
yes,
That was very
yes.
fun.
Thank you. Thank you. And so until next week, when Grace gives us her second episode of Gravity
Hmm.
Falls, Grace, who should they tell about this show and this podcast?
Let's see. I think you should tell a photographer.
Mm,
Someone who's taking pics, especially if it's someone who likes to take pictures on a like analog or just like not digital camera, not just their
mm,
phone. You know, I've got friends
yeah.
who bring who bring disposable cameras with them places or use actual film cameras still. So
Yeah.
tell a photographer who doesn't use digital cameras.
Nice.
And who should they
Nice.
tell after that?
Then you should tell a like a park ranger that works at a lake. A
Oh,
lake ranger.
nice.
Yeah, or
A
like
lake
lake police
ranger.
officers or something like that. Yeah, someone
Nice.
who goes out on patrol on a lake and ask them, have they seen any gobblewonkers out there? Any lake
Gobblewonkers
monsters that
floating
you know of?
around.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah,
what?
investigate. You'll be like,
Follow it
likely
up with the lake
story.
monster. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
so
Wow,
they know.
excellent. Very
Hmm.
nice.
Cool. And until
Well,
next week,
bye.
bye. Thanks for tuning in to Saturday Morning Mysteries.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share, rate, review, leave us a like, and drop a comment. We post episodes every Saturday and bonus tune tangents whenever we feel like it. So please subscribe so you don't miss the shenanigans.
And if you want to follow us on YouTube, click the bell under the YouTube subscribe button to receive notifications when new videos are posted.
And if you want to subscribe to the podcast, we have no idea what you're listening to us on, so just hit the big subscribe button on whatever app you're using. We believe in you.
Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at SatmornMist, all the abreves, and let us know if you have any episode or show requests by emailing SaturdayMorningMysteries@gmail.com.
Thanks to Jenna Kendall for the logo design and to Ava Sakiki for the music used during this week's episode.
See y'all groovy kids next week on Saturday Morning Mysteries.